back over to this, do some illustration work. I've got the rest of the tiger's butt drawn. We're gonna we gotta put that together. Hop over to Photoshop. I'm probably gonna use the pen. Draw this out with the pen and keep it kind of loose. I'm on Photoshop. Must have been an update recently. What? Let's see where. I guess this guy. Let's go find the one sketch we're actually using. So we need this and that. Yeah. This is bottom. Come over. Does that command not work anymore? Yeah. Transform. Hold on a second. Keyboard shortcuts. I need to set up a shortcut. A lot of illustrators do this, saying I'm an illustrator, but I like to do image. Let's see, where are you? Transform. Flip canvas horizontal. We're gonna go control period and go ahead and save that. It's like a shortcut. It does this really quick, so you can kind of quickly like toggle your whatever you're working on, left and right, or flip it horizontally. It just helps to see if things are balanced. Let's see. We'll go ahead and fix this up. No saturation. Go ahead and bump the match it up a little bit better. The layer. Yeah, I'm hoping I drew it right so it matches. Should be close enough though. That's pretty close. The Calvin Klein ad for Tiger underwear. I guess this one we can get rid of the. Let's go ahead and get rid of the arm. Something like that. Alright, and then maybe see if we multiplied this. That's pretty close. I'm just trying to like remove anything that's confusing. So I'm gonna bring this over to Illustrator and we'll be tracing on top. Drawing over our sketch here. Let's kind of tidy it up some. I should have given him more booty. One of those Pixar dump trucks. Pretty good. All right, let's yeah, let me save that. Let's trim it up. Go ahead and save it. I guess a PNG is fine. We'll save you as a PNG. Where do we go here? Design. call it I cheers. Okay, cool. Now we can close Photoshop and get out of there. Save anything else. We'll come in here. It should just update. Oh no, we because we changed it to a PNG. All right, so we'll do this. We'll select that. Let's go with. I wonder if I can relink it from here. Yeah, we'll just select that one. We're gonna go relink. Pick the new one, which is this one. Place it. Now we just have to realign everything. That's it. We actually may not even do the... Yeah, so I'll move the text over a bit, because we didn't know what the bottom would be like. So we'll probably... like the earring's about in the right spot. Yeah, I think I'll bump this down then. Smaller. Pretty good. And, the tail probably will do... I'll make it much longer to wrap around this text up here. So this tail's sort of like just for reference. That means this can move. I wonder if there's a creative way to just like end it here so we don't have to do the feet or anything. So we'll just like end it right at the underwear and tail and just kind of it goes away, like right there. Yeah, we did this last week. The type on here, just something a little custom. That's not too bad. Move this down a bit. So his body comes down to here. It's covered with text, and then like the underwear a little bit more like lined up with the angle of the lettering. Probably change that a bit. So if we took the letters and let's see if we stretched them. There it is. Shear tool. Have to do this to both of them though, but maybe like line it up with the head angle. I'm really trying to keep them in the middle here. And then the earring. This will have his ear. I'm gonna cover up just the letter right there. So really the only question is like what to do with this. Probably maybe move it over here. Turn the guides off. Bottoms up. We know we want to use that. We know we need this. We're gonna keep the net weight up here. The title could probably go a little bit bigger. Let's see what's here. Hey, Sharon Graphic, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. Let's see. Yeah, if you guys are just getting here, we're working on a vintage tea, like tin design. Something you might see like on an old store shelf, like one of these is some examples I grabbed. We've been brewing a lot of Thai style tea lately, which is kind of a red tea with sugar and spices and everything nice is in a pot, and you heat it for about 5 minutes, let it cool, and then just pour it up on ice with like cream on top. So it's kind of like a iced coffee in a way. But we made it with white tea because that's all we had the other day until we got the proper stuff. And it came out fast. Like we said, yeah, we'll do the Thai tea with white tea. And it sounded like Tidy Whitey. Many laughs were had, and I was like, I'd make a cool like vintage label. So I'm doing a label that I'm gonna just print out for our tea pitcher at home. Yeah. This is how we come up with stuff around here. So the only concern I have with these two, or the only thing I'm trying to pay attention to, is the distance between the lettering up here and these down here. So I'm just trying to keep them somewhat organized. Just move that up and not mess with the rest of it. Close, right? Changes so we can see. Oh yeah, we're like dead on. Way to go. Alright, let's move this down. I like that extra color there. Anyway, that. So we'll, okay, so we're gonna do the illustration today. It's kind of my plan. We'll get the tiger all worked up. We're gonna switch over to the pen here in a minute. The tail's gonna come up and around this part, so maybe this will just move to wherever the tail winds up going. It doesn't look too ridiculous. As we're drawing it too ridiculous as we're making a tiger in underwear. And I think we'll just cover the body like that. I'm trying to keep everything centered in a way. This is our tin like boundary. Normally when we start, we turn off the art boards for stuff like this because I don't exactly know where I'm going to keep everything. And once we kind of have the idea, we'll turn it back on. Turn the art boards back on. Let's with the scale just a bit more. I feel like we could get part of the tiger to overlap like some of the wording. Maybe the underwear is trailing off from here. I think that's pretty good, just like that. And then the earring can go, we'll have it like at the top of the ear. Let's like put it somewhere up here. And just however our illustration turns out, we'll adjust that. So it'll be something like that. Let's see, we'll probably go with like silver. We're gonna pick a tiger color and keep it like neutral, I think. From there. Alright, so this is good. Let's go ahead and change that color. And then that up just a bit. I guess this can come down some. We'll put it below where the feet would normally be. Right there. Bottoms up can go just somewhere. Alright, seems pretty good. Okay, so we're not too close to either edge. The tail is going to take up more room over here, so I think that's fine. Hey, iPeps, good morning. How have you been? We finished our coin the other day, if you hadn't seen that. So we just wrapped up the certificate I've been working on. I've got to do some writing, but this is one thing we did early, kind of our warm-up. So here's our coin, if you guys are just getting here. And then here's like the actual physical coin that comes with it. Yeah, because the family moves around in the living room, so we got this for Emma's driver's ed, which was all remote. And it was like 6 hours long. It was crazy. Yeah, this coin is awesome. It turned out so good. One of the things, though, they couldn't do... Remember we did all that like detailed work with the gradients, hoping that it would like look more like an engraved coin, instead of just like cut out or not cut out. They couldn't do all that. I don't know why. But yeah, way happy with it though. Hey Marco Scar, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, I love it. It looks amazing, I think. And it's heavy and everything. It's big. Like it's kind of the it's the world's worst coin. It's got Papyrus and Comic Sans in one place. The only reason they have to be on either side of the coin is because you can't put them together, or, like, the world collapses. They're that bad. All right, let me get the switch over here. Let me go ahead and lock the sketch layer. So we're working on top of a sketch. The way I set up my layers, if you double click where your sketches are and set them as a template, what that does is it darkens them. Let's see. And because I do a lot of like drawing on top of illustrations, sketches that I do, when I go to outline mode, I often still want to be able to see what I'm working on top of. So part of the reason I do this is if you switch it to template, double click it and hit template, it fades it out a bit, but it also means like when I go to outline mode, you can still see your sketch. Template layers are treated differently. They don't print out. They don't vanish when you go to outlines. Yeah, they're just kind of their own thing for like a reference layer kind of thing. Yeah, and this is so when we're done with it, we should have, here's like an earlier one we did. We should have something kind of like this. We'll make it vintagey, but it's going to be more of a label, like a 5-color, an old-timey label. But I'm working up the store images for the coin off the stream. Try and get that wrapped up. So I think for this, let's see. Let's go to illustration type. We can this up one layer. Put you there. Okay. I think I want to have like a maybe add another color or two. Might switch out one of these for more tigery looking color. Anyway. Oh, that's all the extra stuff. What brushes do I have to work with? Nothing good. We're starting out fresh. Alright, I think the glass will do with the mouse, but for the rest of this... Let's see, brush. How do I want to do this? I guess we'll go calligraphy. And let's go smooth. Okay, all the rest should be okay. Now, let's see what that looks like. So the calligraphy brush makes it so it changes shape based on how hard I'm pressing. Let's see how it kind of looks. We'll do a little bit and then go from there. Actually, a lot of points it's making. What if I could smooth it out more? The benefit of using like this brush is after you draw, you can still kind of move the lines around. Alright, let's try. Let me adjust it. Any changes we can make to this brush? Let's go. Let me go over here. Selected in. So there's ones where, let's see if I duplicate it and made a new brush, calligraphic. Yeah, let's make a custom one here. Let's say pressure. I want to keep it a little less varied. So maybe within like 2 points. This is like the lightest one would be that, and the heaviest one would be that. So kind of, it keeps it a little bit reined in and not so wildly varying. Try that. So that's light, heavy. And then if I scale it down to about like there. Not enough. Let's change that. Okay, that's not too bad. Alright, I like that. Should just be able to do this and then select it. And then what's our stroke set at? 1 point. There we go. Yeah, we can adjust it this way then. Okay, that should be close. Alternative would be to like pen it in, but I think we're gonna go for the hand-drawn look. Otherwise, we'll wind up doing like a lot of this stuff. That. Yeah, so we're gonna draw it. Hey, Media Trash. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. Been a while since I checked your Instagram. So much. Yeah, I've been keeping busy. Between like weird mini projects that we've done, like the cards and the coin recently, we're yeah, we stay out of trouble. So how would that look? Be in front of that knuckle. Nah, I think we're fine. Look at this dog though. You heard that big truck come by, didn't you? All tucked up on the couch. On her new quilt. Okay, and by setting the smoothness, like if we're up here in the brushes, by having this kind of near this end, it's going to create less points along the line. If we went all the way to accurate, you would really see like it's easier to tell how much coffee I've had because the line would be way more jittery. So if we like highlighted that, now you got all these extra points along it. So I try to keep it like somewhere in the neighborhood of like smooth to really smooth. And then Illustrator being what it is, we can just come back in and kind of move it around. We could join these up too. Just grab the ends and kind of join that together. So now it's one continuous line. It is a good gauge, I know. How much coffee have you had? This much. Like a seismograph of jitters. Yeah, So I usually like live right around here. In Illustrator, you can't rotate the canvas. So it's like there's always, you know how you always turn your paper to, there's like easier motions to do certain things. Where you just rotate your paper to get it right. Can't do that in Illustrator. Kind of stuck with the orientation, like this whole like top left to bottom right is sort of a little bit trickier to do. See, it gets like that. Yeah, sometimes you have to be careful joining the lines too. Like if this one doesn't have much variation in it, and I joined it, like combine the end with the other one, it's gonna pick up the styling of this one. We'll make it just too thin. Just kind of adjust these. Yeah, I don't normally. How people like draw a line and then undo it and redraw it again like 4 or 5 times in Photoshop. Like Illustrator, instead of doing that, you can just got it put down and you just move it around. I might actually redo this one so it's a little bit smaller. Right, we'll save the face, get the body done here. And for the most part, we're just using like a 1-point line or whatever the default seems to look best. But if we needed to thicken something up, like maybe this one, I'd always come in here and just kind of bump it up like that. So like the foreground lines, maybe like the edges will get like a heavier kind of outline to them. See how it goes. So this is where I need to start making a decision for what to do. I think when we get to the type, probably, I think I'll just stop the illustration and not do anything behind the lettering. That way, we kind of end it in more of a ragged fashion. Whereas if I just drew the whole thing and then put the lettering on top and then gave the lettering an outline, I don't want to do that specifically. Well, overall, be a little quicker too. Yeah, I think we'll do the feet. So we'll like continue it down here, like so. And oh, that's weird. Let's see. Let's fix this. My, what big feet you have. Straighten this bottom part out. Like everything else we do, we're not going for like super anatomically correct. Supposed to be like kind of vintage and a bit on the rough side. I think kind of suits my drawing ability. I wonder if we can eye drop this. Would that make those thicker? Not really. Gonna add some, we'll put claws on the feet and do all that a little bit later. We'll get just the main shapes done and then we'll start doing the other stuff here. We're gonna join that. Would that work? It's too small.
Message. Yes. About 125 years ago, Samuel Morse invented the telegraph, a way to send code messages over an electric wire.
All right, yeah, and then the tail will be its own thing we do a little bit later. We're gonna not follow this exactly. We want it to go like way up and around, like a giant tail. Hey Civ,
Got
good morning.
the cards. They look fantastic.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you like them. Yeah, they turned out really good. I'm really happy with them. Back leg. And this will be just like all silhouetted. Have you, oh, did you just get here? Have you seen the coins yet? I'll show those in a minute. That's like such a hard angle. Not wearing the fancy drawing glove. Drawing board's a little grabby. Oh yeah, here's the link if you guys wanted to order. Cryptids? Is that it? Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Come on, leg. That looks weird. That's good enough. Go ahead and combine this, maybe join that up with a floof here. So this one will be filled in. I'll block this in with the same color, so it'll be silhouetted. And I won't bring it all the way to the edge of this, so you can still see like the floof. Stock is running out. Order today. I think I've got about, on the website, 41 left. Out of the 100. which is pretty much what I had guessed. So, kind of on schedule, on target. Yeah, it's about what I estimated. See, I guess I would put a, suppose you'd see like the shoulder blade here, go like this, just like curve that down. That angle I just can't do right here. Or we do like the little skinny wrists and stuff. Great holiday gift for agencies and give their staff. I know. If I reordered them, I'd have to. I wonder if I'd get the files are already set up. The reorder would look like price wise. There'd be almost nothing I would change about the manufacturing. I would want to do a few things just to tweak the artwork slightly, not to change much, but like little things that I would probably adjust, but nothing major. Yeah, seeing them in your hand, they look really good. They feel really good too. I'm so used to playing with like the garbage decks we have laying around the house, like the ones you always find on vacation. And I have problems like dealing those because the cards always stick together. And then these ones, I was like, oh, this is what real cards feel like. Coming back to this toe. Yeah, they're really slippery. As cards should be. Yeah, it's cool. Glad I did those. So I'd always wanted to make a deck of cards. Never knew what to put on them though. So that project turned out pretty nice, I think. Fun for me to make those. Some merch. I have like this fascination with making merchandise. Like just products in general, just weird things. What would, you know, I'm always thinking like, what would be something fun to make? Alright, let's see, I want to tackle this tail, I think. It makes the digital become real. There's something about like tangible items. Yeah, exactly, Marco. Let's see, I'm gonna just freehand this, I guess. So the tail will go, let's have it like come over here. Like this. This is where that whole, this is where the smoothness helps out. Yeah, it's not so, it's not half bad, really. So we can always come over here and grab the smoothing tool though, if you wanted to like round parts of it out more and remove extra anchor points. You can kind of give it a little brush over with that. Always less anchor points is better because you wind up with a smoother shape. This anchor point's giving me problems, though. Then if we duplicate this, let's see, probably shrink it down a bit. To smush it in here. That, and I guess this would go around the outside there. Like really big at the end. Move it in a bit. Your dog's sleeping nicely on the couch. I know, really. Up in your business trying to steal your tools. Sleeping on your keyboard and all that. Cats are gonna cat. Got the chonky girl over here on the floor sleeping on the big bed. It's in. It'd be kind of funny if it like underlined the word T. Myself some more room. That's crazy looking. Let's see. Take that one out. Actually, you know what we could do? Be a better way to do it. Instead of having to draw both sides of the tail. Let's see. Smooth this some more. That's good. Let's get down here. That's good. It seems pretty good. Okay, what we could do though is like, say 6. Make it really thick. Sacrificial tool to a piece. If you leave like a cardboard box on your desk. Yeah, make the stroke bigger. We'll do that, and then we'll come up here. We're gonna add another stroke inside of it. So we'll duplicate that, and we'll just choose like a light color. And I'm gonna change the size down to like 9. Just keep bringing this back until it kind of matches the thickness of everything else. So something like that, and then it's the calligraphic brush though. I want it to be. Let's go basic, because I need to change the profile on it. So it might be something like that, and then let's come back up here. Okay, so this would be the same thing. We go basic. So that's going to be the outline, and then we just change the inner line. What we're going to do is use the line profiles to make the end of the tail heavier, like just like right here, so it kind of does the tapered thing. Or we could, let's see. Uniform. Okay, that might give us a starting point. A little bit, yeah. Affinity is good. I've just never really used it. Every time I'm like, I'm gonna do something in Affinity, it's like I don't know exactly how to do it easily, or I'm not well versed in it, so it's like I'm just like, just do Illustrator instead. I'd really need to come up with like simpler things to make. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's like if you know how to do something in one program, I would really need some quality time with Affinity to get halfway competent in it to want to stream it. Okay, so I guess that's going to be the tail shape. That seems pretty good. I think if we did this, let's see, line width tool, Shift W, I believe. Yeah. So then, like, the end of the tail, I have like the pointed thing, and then we'll do the little like this, like Calvin and Hobbes looking tail.
Thanks a lot for the story, Inspector. I'm sure we got enough.
It seems pretty good. And probably pull this back just a bit so it matches the thickness of everything else. That's good enough. Alright, so there's kind of the tail shape. Move the lettering a bit. We're not going to change the size of that, but now if I ever wanted to, like, I needed to adjust this later, do that and just kind of fit this in better.
Hey, Johnny, well, I guess it's time to put our songs away for another day and to say so long.
Okay, so ignore this tail right there. Alright, underwear. Move up to the head. Well, I guess since we're down here, let's work down here. I'm making it not look like a diaper. Come back in and adjust everything. I guess this would be like right up against the body slits. Or redraw that one down like this. We turn off our sketch. This is kind of the shape we're creating here. But we're gonna we'll probably half-tone it or something crazy like that, and get it looking dimensional, not just flat art. I guess like that. This will be lighter, and we'll have like the darker areas back here. Okay, let's get this head done. Oh, one of the things that I like to do is if you have your paintbrushes set up in Illustrator and you tend to need to adjust your lines, the smoothing tool is like buried under one of the brushes. Just move it out to the main menu. Illustrator does this thing where as soon as you like long click on like one of these to get to it, it's like it deselects whatever you had selected over here, so you always have to do it twice. So it's just helpful to have it not buried in the a flyout panel, whatever they call those. There's good. The other benefit of working with like trying to keep it one line weight is it's easier at the end to go back through and just select it, change everything all at once. I mean, like change it from like a 1 point to whatever. What I'm doing right now, I just want to make sure everything's kind of the same. Makes it easier to adjust. Yeah, we got a little bit off on these. I didn't realize it. Fine. Let's see, how'd that look? This wouldn't it? Alright, moving up. At Isabelle. She hasn't moved, she's just like still there. Okay, let's do the rest of the head. with the tiger holding a tea glass, pulling on his underwear here, and I'm gonna, we're done, it's gonna go on our tea pitcher. Just for fun. Yeah, just like a silly little typography project. For the old-fashioned, yeah, like this is another one we did a while back. Just like heavy type layout with like a illustration incorporated in. Yeah, so we're working on top of our sketch and just getting like the initial lines down. Mike Bazooka, good morning. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Good timing. Isabel just got up. Go back to sleep. Now the other way? If I can handle how many, how much you're hogging that couch. Yeah, if you guys are just getting here, we finished our coin design the other day. So the first thing we did on stream just for a warm-up is I wrapped up this certificate of authenticity. We had done a coin design, oh man, we started it a long time ago, and then just finally went back to it the other day, and I was like, let's finish this thing. And lo and behold, I submitted it and actually had it minted. So I'm gonna be adding these up in the store. Eventually, oh, come on, stop snapping. I love you, Windows, but much. Yeah, so we have a minted coin, but I'm making like packing material and other things that would come with it, kind of make it more of an experience instead of just opening an envelope with a coin in it. Yeah, I'm super happy. It turned out so good. So yeah, this morning's stream was just wrapping up like the fake certificate but making it look real. It's the world's worst coin. It's got Comic Sans on one side and Papyrus on the other. It's literally the two worst fonts you could imagine in one place. Now available as a collectible, which you can hand down family for centuries. The price may increase, but it... What is the other verbiage that they use on those commercials? The price is guaranteed to go up over time. Full of potential value. Yeah, I'm super happy about that. It turned out awesome. Just need to get a few more like preliminary like ordering details out of the way, and then I can then I'll have it up in the store. It's only gonna be like $10 or something. Not too crazy. The other ones I've seen are like 25, 30. Get quite up there with the price. We're just a lucky coin kind of thing. Turn the guides off. We don't need those anymore, really. I'll ship to... I will, but you need to send me your address. I need to update the card page too for information. Because Spanky in chat lives in Canada. I don't know if he's here today. I know, I hope it becomes a smash hit. I will. I'm updating the pages, like the cards. I will ship anywhere. But if you try and order it right now, I have the shipping outside of the US set to like a ridiculous $60. So don't order anything if you live outside the US. I need to talk with the post office on how customs works and just get a price. But it's very specific to where you live. So yeah, if you want one, contact me. I'll put all that info on the page though. Once I have it. Yeah, I know. As you've seen, I'm sure. Yeah, it'll be a thing where you need to send me your address, and then I can get an exact shipping number. Like, I'll have it wrapped up ready to go at the post office. I need them to tell me, like, how much shipping would be, because it varies wildly depending on where you're at in the world. so it's kind of slow, like shipping slow, but that's not as big of a deal, I don't think. Italy? Okay. Once it's ready, I'll have a thing that links to my contact form. But send me your, not now, but like when this is ready, send me, or not this, but the coin. Contact me with your actual address. Going with this I here, so that would come over more. Because I have to run it through their, like their shipping calculator. Because there's all kinds of different zones that they need to look up, and it's a bit over my head, really.
When Hollywood goes black and tan, Creole David from Manhattan will believe in Harlem if they can. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, man. When Hollywood goes black and tan, Louis Armstrong with his trumpet will be heading westward with his band. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, man. When Hollywood goes black and tan, Creole David from Manhattan will believe in Harlem if they can. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, man.
Are you sure you have enough time to send an email blast to several ad agencies in time for the holidays this year? The way I get things done around here, there's never enough time. Next on Shark Tank. But what does it do? It doesn't do anything. It's two of the world's most awful fonts in one place. They're like, "Oh, I'm funding this." Alright, so I could, let's see, we just fill that in with white, move it to the back. Oh. Get Mr. Wonderful. I remember last time I watched Shark Tank. Some of those inventions, though. Actually, if some of those inventions can make it, this coin certainly can. We would like a 12% stock in your company. You know what you're asking? Now let's get the back of this head. Oh, that was an awful line. Let's try that again. This angle's so hard for me. I think we would. I'm trying to decide what is what's like definition line versus what's sort of like just filled in. I guess I would bring this up to, let's see, let's just connect it up here.
When Hollywood goes black and tan.
Something like that. All I'm doing is joining those up. So we could make this one like main thing, build shape, and then think about that. I want to do these. So most of like the defining stuff is more or less done. We'll let me lock the type and select everything except for the tail. Don't want that. All right, let's mess with this. Let's try like 1.5. Thicken them up some. And that can go. Join that together. Hey Zippy, good morning. It's been a busy week. I think I'm going to leave everything else. Let's remove some extra points here. We don't need some of this. I'm going to sharpen it up some. And, oh, we changed this thing. Alright, let's bring that back. Seems good. Yeah. Look at her. Tired. Out of the mask. Let's go back to here. So that'll be probably this gray color. Bump that to the front. Need to expand this line out so we have like a tighter fit. That's good for now though. Thicken up the tail. Rather than thicken the outline, we can just like thin this one out. About like there maybe. It's going good. Yeah, we got our we got the coin pretty much all finished up, so that'll be, I have to do a bit more work on the mail bit of it, like the mailing part, packaging and stuff, before it's ready to go. Cards are jamming. Turn the smart guides off so this can line up down here. I guess this will make a baseline for the feet. So he's standing on the same plane. This one will be silhouette, so we don't worry about that too much. Lock that. I'm gonna lock the tail. Let's do one more thickness adjustment. Maybe. Okay, so that's probably too thick. Yeah. So I think 1.5 is about where we're gonna go. Lighter. I think I like that. All right. So that's our target there. And now for the other stuff, I guess I'm gonna start with the back. I want to find another color for the tiger. Instead of just like these two, that's all we've got right now. Let's go over here to the libraries. Hopefully they, where are you libraries? There we go. Ooh, they're so big. Illustrator's update. Chunk them up. Probably yellow would be good. Let's add this one over there. So we'll say add theme to swatches. Now we have like these two sets to pick from. So I think our silhouette is going to be a new layer actually. We're going to call this one color fills. So we have, and we'll change this one to line art. Now we're doing it kind of in the style of like Illustrator would do, where you've got your line work on one layer and then you have your color fills below. Almost like what we did with the cryptid cards. And then I'm going to, let's see, switch. We're going to lock that, come down here. We'll work on both layers back and forth. I'll jump up to the line art layer to add in like defining lines, like more stuff like this to kind of add detail to it. It'll look, I think when we're done, it's going to look a lot like our, think about it, like one of our SpongeBob things. Oh yeah, and while you're here, this is the coin. It looks amazing. I propped it up on the old cordless DeWalt, spun it slowly while videoing it. I've got it in a seamless loop, like a YouTube, like really bad infomercial for it. Logged out of my Let's see, where was it? It was the... I go find it now. Let's see what it was called. Weekly warm-up? Yeah, the finish... Oh, that's sketch. Yeah, the finished style will look something like this. Where we come back and we'll do the color work underneath it. And then I go back and add like defining lines and really tighten it up. Go for that kind of vibe, I think. Oh, hey, waifu. Audi A3, BMW 3 Series, or Mercedes? Not Mercedes. Audi or the BMW? Okay, and this I'm actually gonna draw it in just using the pen. Yeah, waifu's at a COVID tent right now doing shots and everything. She works as a nurse. Working today. Alright, so we flip that inside out. See if I can round out all the corners a little bit. There we go. And then this would be probably... we could go with the... Could stick with the darker color. Come back in and refine these. I want them to be kind of like... precise though. So maybe that's going to be this one. We could do, let's come up here. What if we made the outline, like we can fill it in using like the outline like this. Style it like that. So it looks misprinted on purpose. That's a thing we like to do, isn't it? Series 1. Yeah. Oh, sweet. Yeah, pretty car. Love it. Oh, message with address. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I will I'll find out and I'll let you know. Post office, I won't be there again until Monday, which I have to mail something to Canada for Spanky, and then I'll check on yours for Italy too. I'll get you a price before I mail it though. No. You just experienced a little earthquake? Holy cow. Yeah, earthquakes, we had one of those on stream actually a little ways back. Not today, but it was months ago. Okay, so we can go with, let's see, I kind of like that color. Maybe stick with the, select it. Yeah, maybe we'll stick with this set until we need like a yellow, which we'll probably do, I don't know, somewhere around here. What happens if it's the darkest one? We did that. So our line art layer is set to multiply. Let's go ahead and turn that back to normal. I'd really like to keep kind of more detail there. We'll figure it out. Might be better with the blob brush. Go ahead, lock that layer, come back in here. Alright, so background elements like his arm here would also be that. So we'll say Shift B, then anything I fill in with this. Should wind up taking on like a nice build shape. Here. What? What was that? Where are you going? Hey, where's this line going? How did that happen? That's so weird. Illustrator, you're drunk. Fill this in like that. We'll do the fingers separately. Let's go with the, maybe like yellow becomes our lighter color, so he's kind of like this two-tone, sort of a little bit strange. What I'm probably gonna do, let's come back down to this, and instead of the, you know what, let's do it this way. Expand, and then merge it down. So it takes up the same kind of shape that we're doing. So we can always fine tune it this way. There we go. You've sold one of the coins? That's awesome. You'll once the page is up for him, I'll have all the photography sorted out so it can be, I think I'm gonna maybe gear the wording or the verbiage towards like gifting it to like a designer, maybe. I don't know. See, I don't know what to do for like the tone of it yet. Talk to my brother. He's good at copywriting. Oh, awesome. Buddies love the cards. Sweet. Yeah, they turned out. I'm really happy with how they turned out. Like, I look at all the other, like, the fancy designer cards, and they have the boxes that are all embossed. Like, I tried to keep it within my budget for that kind of thing, and I wanted the cards themselves to be, like, the best quality. And then whatever was left went into the box design, which wound up being, like, a gold ink, which is super nice. But I couldn't do any of the embossing or the extra fancy stuff. I'm actually tickled to death that the cellophane, like the little gold thing you peel off, that turned out really nice too. That was like the default. I didn't really get to choose. Like, I almost thought about doing the sticker that you have to kind of break the seal to open the box, but I asked him like 5 times, but I never got the option to do that. Weird, but I would have liked that, but I know it would have cost way more. The drill commercial, yeah. Yeah, I had the light box out. I've got a lot of photos too. Like, I laid out a bunch of coins, so I have like all these different angles of like groups of them. But all that's going on the site. I just don't have it moved over to this machine yet. I need to get the photos sorted out. But that when I started the commercial, have you guys messed with Adobe's Premiere Rush? It's like their like Windows Movie Maker. It's like that, only Adobe, and it's really easy, as all things Adobe are. Yeah, it's really cool. Do I have Photoshop open? No. Okay, I can probably safely open it. Sure. Rush. Just open it real quick. It's like, it's exactly like Windows Movie Maker with all the prefab titles and transitions and things, and you have like a really easy to use timeline at the bottom. I actually never run it on this machine. We'll see how it does. Let's see, is the coin gonna show up in here? Date modified. Might take a second to sync. That's how I did my the Cobra Kai video. You seen that? But I'm waiting here for Premiere Rush to. It should show up. Yeah. Yeah, here. There you go. It's the I guess it's not gonna load. Anyway, yeah, I wanted to show you like where I'm at with the YouTube of the coin. Anyway, you can add titles and things, make it look really nice. It's all got like baked in animations. You don't need an After Effects or anything crazy. Trying to stay sane, working on like projects like that. Alright, so we're gonna go like yellow. This will be shadow, so that's shadow. So the foreground would be mostly yellow. Underwear's gonna be white because it's tidy whities. I need to add in like some extra line work in here, so that's gonna go up on the layer above. I may leave it like multiplied like this. Yeah, you can kind of see through the outlines to the behind it to the color. I may leave it like that. I know I like that style a lot. Alright, brush. Oh, the Doggo Cam part of the program? It should be. Yeah, we switch over to Doggo Cam whenever they're extra sleepy. For watching you. Isabel. Small dog. Gonna yawn again? Sleepy? It's a good yawn. Alright, so normally we'd be stopping now. We're gonna go for about maybe a half hour or an hour longer. Waifu's at work. I do need to do some, like, clean the house a little bit. I guess this would be our... Is that a good underwear color? Yeah, I guess like a little off-white. Oh yeah, save. Alright. Go ahead and hit save too. Oh. File's not crazy ridiculous yet. Our best here to cover up what's inside the fill. I'll probably run the color right up to the lettering and then add a stroke to the words just to feel like a nice break from the background. So the blob brush, this thing I'm using here, it's pretty much the same type of thing. Like, harder you push, the thicker it gets, but it creates filled shapes like that. Whereas the regular brush visually looks the same. I've got my settings a little weird, but instead of creating like filled shapes like this, it creates strokes like this, so you can still like move it around. That's the only difference. One is used for like filling, like we're doing here, and the other one's used more for like line work. All right, let's go up, work from the hand down maybe. Like he's kind of got that like Bill the Cat aesthetic to him. This so I can still see the sketch underneath. I'm gonna switch this layer also to multiply. That way all the like the drawing work that I do here, I can still like peek underneath it and see what the sketch looks like. So all this foreground, let's go ahead and bigger brush. Lob it in. And the belly will be one of the lighter colors. Probably go with like the underwear color, and maybe change the underwear to like, let's see, this is probably lighter. That's kind of hard to see just like that, but once we change the background, we'll put it on like some kind of like vintage tin, maybe like metallic background. Oh, nope. I want to change the underwear. It's not time to change our underwear. I think I need to like connect this up. So let's go ahead and draw in. It's a gig. What's our stroke rate? 1.5. That's fine. It's up here. Oop. It's this part. Here we go. It's a bit light. Hold on, let me rebrush that. I feel like the difference in size is very big between what I just did versus this. Let's try it again. There we go, that should work. Yeah, close enough. Alright. Are you... Oh, that's not even... One more time. If I adjust that and then switch to the brush and then change the brush size, does it change this? Or is it 1.5? Okay, it is 1.5. Alright, that's good. That's good enough. Alright, back to the color. Shift B. You go ahead and eyedrop that. You'll notice the sketch has a lot more detail in it. We're going to come back through and do all that after we get kind of the basics done. General fill work. Doing Isabel. It's being crazy. That's not how we sit on couches.
Mama was a stripper, so was Geraldine. She learned to strip on Mardi Gras way down in New Orleans. Now Romeo was wacky, he was dizzy for this dame. He learned to dance.
So by using the blob brush, what it's doing is combining all the shapes into just like one large lump of color. And like here near the edge, sort of clean this up. Favorite thing working with like heavy outlines because you can draw underneath them. You got plenty of room for air. You can just like go right up to the edge and it's kind of overlap stuff and quicker, and I don't know, I like the look, how it looks. So once again, we get down to the text. I'm gonna do like an outline on the lettering, so like this stuff will get overlap and look like blend in here. Bit like that. I guess no color in this area. Let me see how that would look. If we grab this, if we grab the type and get rid of our guide, we'll select you, and if we just used an outline, say white maybe. 6, flip the outline to the outside. It's a strange effect. Why is it doing that? Oh, I know why. We need to do this. Let's double click in there, select all the letters, and we're going to say Control 8, convert them to a compound path instead of a group. Right now it's just like each letter is its own group, its own thing. So Control 8, compound path. Now you don't have like your white outline overlapping other stuff. So if this was on top, you need to turn off the multiply. I got that layer set up like that. Now it should, yeah, it's a little closer to the what we need. This would be dial the stroke back until it kind of looks right. So about, I'm guessing maybe like there. What if we, so if we didn't do that? Okay, yeah, so that's a maybe. Kind of like the rough edge. Like we just kind of let the color like loosen up here near the letters. Okay, yeah, that seems alright. I like to get it rough, make it ugly, and then we'll go back and make it pretty. The blob brush is so good. Oh, another thing you can't do in Illustrator, you can't hold down spacebar to move the canvas. Here, why can't you do that? You know, Photoshop, if you're in the middle of the drawing, you know, hold down spacebar and like kind of move your stuff without it continuing the draw. Not so in Illustrator. We're watching, Emma hadn't seen Zoolander or like Blades of Glory, so we've been watching Will Ferrell movies lately. Stuff is funny. I think I told you about that the other day. He watches this anime called Yuri on Ice. And I was like, wait a minute, that's just Blades of Glory. He's like, what's Blades of Glory? I was like, this is Blades. So we watched that, and she's like, it is, it's Yuri on Ice, totally. You kind of had to be there, but it was really funny. Oh man, that was like the heyday of like the Will Ferrell movies. Why are you leaving an edge around the letters? So they don't like just blend right into the color. We're probably gonna adjust it some. Kind of like, let's see if we have an example somewhere in here. I don't think any of the ones I grabbed do that. Like, most of them are pretty isolated by themselves. Like, none of the... Girls. Ladies. Ladies. What is it? It's the neighbor... Girls. Hey, Isabel. Why are you two so crazy? The neighbor's leaving. And anytime she's got people coming and going over there, drives the dogs crazy.
di musiche e di donne che ti sono piaciute.
JDask, good morning. Or JDAS2K. And thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I hope your Saturday's going well. This is a little bit loud here.
Via, via, vieni via con me. Entra in questo amore buio, pieno di donne.
Let's go with this so we can see it. Anyway, yeah, one of the reasons I'm not going all the way up to the lettering, because we could like simply just take these, unlock them here. We could just take these and do the outline, like turn an outline on to get a more mechanical cut, which we still might do. But it feels mechanical, and so I want to like keep like a rounded, kind of a rounded like bleed where the color, like the artist might have, the vintagey days of yore, like loosely went around it. So it's kind of like if we had the outline on versus like off. All that would do, it ensures like a minimum safe distance. No, I don't have an iPad. Yeah, I thought about getting like a Surface Pro or something though. Actually, that was sort of my debate. Do I create the deck of cards, which I've always wanted to do, or just buy a Surface Pro? Glad I went with the cards. Yeah, like a keyline sort of. Works a bit, but only when you're home. Bark at all, like, I don't know if our dogs bark when we're not home either. Actually, we have a... We do like the camera just to keep an eye on them. Yeah, I don't know if they bark when we're not home. Definitely can use the spacebar in Illustrator to move around. I'm just trying to see if there's a user setting somewhere that I've turned on and off. Yeah, but like, the way I would use it is, I know you can use it to move around, but can you do it while you're in the middle of like a draw? Like if I'm doing this and I need to pick up and like move my canvas over so I can see more of the illustration, it's like a shift setting or something that would do it. You know what I mean? Like we're in Photoshop, no matter what you're doing, if you hit spacebar, if you hit space, it locks in what you're doing, and you're only moving the canvas with your pen still down, and then when you let go, you continue drawing. No, we have the Wise cameras. We've got like a swivel one in the front window for the front deck, and I can turn it around to look inside, but the motor in it, like when it's turning, the dogs know something's up, so like they both come into the living room and stare at it. It's the loop. Blue, what are you telling me? Dang, Boo. What a pretty face. Girls want me to open the front door? Girls want the front door open? Hold on one second. And there could be a setting for it. I'll have to dig around. Every time Illustrator updates, I tend to go back into the settings because they've moved something. Photoshop especially is nasty about it. Switching like legacy scroll. Now on the Mac, Photoshop is irritating. You can't disable the you know, there's a setting for animated zoom. I swear every time they update Photoshop on Mac, something doesn't work right. The like if you pinch zoom with the trackpad, Photoshop should just like zoom in as fast as you do it. It's permanently locked in animation mode, so when you pinch to zoom in, you have to sit there while it like scrolls in, and you're like, you just want to speed it up. Okay, one second, guys. Let me open the door for these dogs. Rolls. trying to get them to go to the front porch and just hang out. They, something else in mind. I think they want to go to the back. You girls want to go to the backyard? You want to go to the back? You girls want to go to the back? You want to go to the back? Luna, you want to go to the backyard? You want to go to the back? Okay, let me go take him out. Look at her. You want to go to the back? Go to the backyard? Go outside? Okay. Alright. It's out. Oh, man. Alright. Okay, 1 second, everybody. Let me go take them out. They're nutty. You girls want a treat outside? Come on. Come on, let's get a treat. Hold on, let me bring the doggo cam. You gotta see. Isabel's crazy. Alright, let's go outside, girls. Come on. I know. You just put him in the backyard. I try not to like let him out there when it's muddy. Just had a ton of rain. Isabel's got like some hang time. She can. You didn't even get a good view of it. Yeah, she can jump like 4 feet in the air, stationary right at the door. Is that pliers on the door? Remember, no, the, I'd have to go look. I'm not sure what part of the door you're looking at. You only like speech. Oh, she can talk. It's a noisy girl. There it is. Alright, let's, I really want to get the coloring done for this today, or at least the initial, like the fill that we're doing. So tomorrow's stream will be, I guess, the detail work and finishing up the illustration. And then there's going to be a bunch more of the type work just to kind of flesh it all out. Oh, the dog I'm hearing outside barking is them. I think it is. Neighbor's getting her yard cleaned up for the summer. She has help come over all the time, and it just drives the dogs crazy. Okay, let's go ahead and smooth this out. I think the tongue. Let's grab. Luna can't possibly want in already. Alright, for the tongue, let's do... I guess we'll go with, like, just that for now. It's a thing we can change later. Not too bad. Alright, and then the face. Okay, so we'll do, I guess, the back ear, since we're using this one color. Have like lights and everything set up in the backyard. Like the we've strung lights between. We have a deck that we just had rebuilt, and then a giant pergola behind that, and we have some nice lights in between them. Alright, this is on the layer above, so it's multiplying right now, but when we're done, we're going to turn all that off. Have you ever thought about designing pen? Yeah, I have. It's one of the things I wanted to screen print on my own, but yeah. I would totally do that. I need to make like my own type of bandana kind of thing. That's definitely high on the list of stuff I'd be making soon. If I do another like product, but they're like, I can't find anywhere that would make them, or not anywhere that would make like a small run of them. But at the very least, we could do a design for one, and I can figure the rest out. It's color filled in. I'm gonna try and hurry this up. We've got like 30 minutes left before I'll wrap it up for the day. Those pocket squares and Paul does designs for them. Oh, sweet. I have to go check those out. I'm sure those are up on Behance, right? So look there. Paul's always on Behance, I think. So I think for the nose, let's do like these parts right here. Go with like the light gray. And then the nose itself, we'll do with the... Fill this in with a darker color, but leave like an edge around it. And then scoop it out. This guy looks like a Snagglepuss? Is that his name? Poor Luna. All she wants is treats and then to come right back in. And they're weird, like polar opposites. Luna's actually kind of the mean one, or the meanish one. And Isabel's the super sweet one. Luna's the boss of Isabel. That's good enough. Smoothing's just like this sometimes, I know it. Alright. Let's see. I guess back to the yellow. Huh, that didn't combine. Really. That way then. I have ways of combining things in Illustrator. Sometimes you have to maybe like make it active and then start drawing. Sometimes that helps. Luna's already barking to come in. Bad. Bad girl. Alright, yeah, so this is all base color. We're not doing any detail today. Hey, Biggin. You're not that late. We're gonna stream a little later today. We're going for another 30 minutes or so. Waifu is at work. She might even be watching. She gets lots of breaks in between. She's doing the COVID tent today, which is administering shots and checking and swabbing noses and all that fun stuff. We've been up early. Actually, it was the first 30 minutes of the stream. Instead of Doggo Cam, we were doing Sewing Cam. She's been working on new mask holders, like the little button things that extend the reach of a mask. Oh yeah, yeah, we could try out some of those brushes. I wouldn't mind digging into one of those. Get a creative brush in here. I was thinking like maybe halftone or something, but those would work good too. We ought to make a halftone brush, really. Find a project where we can come up with a series of halftone brushes, because that's kind of the other set that I don't have that I'd like to make. Since that's kind of our thing. And this ring, back to line art. Let's move that to move that up. I'm probably gonna leave the lines multiplied. See how you can like see through line work a little bit to the color underneath it? Here it's obvious. I think I want to leave the outlines like that. Which means like this layer then come up here. That way I can leave everything on this layer to be opaque so you can't see through it. Match these up a little bit better. A bit like that. And then this one, just pull this down. Let's pull this down. Lock this in, I guess. Isabel, she's the barkiest barker. Like that. Let's get the tail. I guess when we start the actual detail, we just start with the tail, since type kind of revolves around it, inside of it. Texture brushes post. Oh, the got a couple texture brushes that I use. Like freebies. Put them up in my store. It's like things that I'd make for myself to use. Some of the stuff just winds up under the free area. Here you go. Curly was referring to this one. Now, here's the link to them. Well, they're like grainy brushes. You can select like this type of thing. Let's see if I can make it bigger. But like instead of like making one line with a stroke like this stuff here, if you use these brushes, it turns your line into like this kind of like grainy looking things. But I have a bunch of different types, stuff like this. Anyway, I was making these just to do like some geographical like cutaways, and they wound up making just a nice brush set, a freebie. Isometric stuff here. Yeah, you can do all kinds of brush things in Illustrator. Like this turned out really nice. Just yeah, I was just trying to get this style for some. I don't even remember what it was for. And what's the other one? And then the other one that I use way more often is not this one. It's a mock-up. Yeah, here we go. This is the other one I use way more often. The Australian themed one. with all the brushes are like this grainy sort of like blobby looking sandy grit kind of thing. All the lines are like really nasty looking, but you pretty much can just start with an illustration, and then with a couple strokes you can throw in like all the highlights and details just with a couple brushes like this. Just like this is just 3 of those brushes kind of stroked on top of the bowl. No, I'm only saving them as Illustrator. The other one that they could be probably work for is, what's that drawing program? It's, again, I don't have an iPad, so it's like I can't convert them to anything else. But like Affinity, I think Affinity's got a whole set of brushes. Anyway, we use them, we make like things like this, which is sort of what we're doing now. Kind of like this type of thing. Yeah, sorry, it's Illustrator only for now. Luna, she's driving me crazy. She wants to come in. Such an inside girl. Let's move our amp. There we go. Alright. Brushing of the blob. Go ahead and lock that. Lock the type. Line art we're going to lock back to the color fill layer. Yeah, I've never really even looked into converting them to other things because I don't have any of the other stuff really, so I couldn't be sure if I was doing it right. There'd be no way for me to test it. So I just stick with old Illustrator. It's the goodest of the programs anyway. All the way up and around the tiger's tail. Like this yellow and rust color. I think that'll work. By the time we finish this. So, like these fingers here, we'll be using the rust color to kind of like give them more form. And the stripes, I may go with like this darker. Maybe we use like the different color entirely. I don't know. I'm trying to keep it simple. I usually don't use more than like 5 colors on anything. Find it's a little bit easier is not the right word, but more freeing to not have to worry about all kinds of swatches and color management. Just grab a few that you like and go with it. Asking in case it was a known comment that, yeah, I don't know. Because it feels like a lot of the Creative Market stuff. Oh, hey, Chard Bean, thank you for the follow. That was a while when I let the dogs out, I think. And Emzor, good morning. Thanks for the follow, guys. Welcome to the stream. Creative Market, this is where I hang out. They, so graphics, Illustrator, I think Vector maybe? Oh no, let's go with brushes, hold on. Textures, try that. Extract, maybe just type in brush, how about that? And like, we have all kinds of stuff in here. The Affinity. Ooh, they got a lot. Oh, Procreate, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, so depending on what you're using, you can pull up like different brush sets. Most of the time these guys have got, let's see, what do I have in here? Likes. Yeah, like here's man, I love this. Like the we kind of have something like this is another thing I wanted to make, but like this graving sort of thing. We had done that kind of with like some botanical illustrations we did way back, but like this type of thing where it's all sort of like line work, kind of what that might work for here. But there's that, and it's available for like Illustrator and Procreate, but it is like its own separate thing. What's the other one? It's the same thing, only for Illustrator probably. And then Grit, yeah, this is just like the brush set I have. Oh yeah, like similar type thing, where you can take that and use it for different purposes. Anyway, here's yeah, if you want to check them out. This is the versions from Creative Market. They always have free stuff every week too. Move to Procreate now purely for the simplicity. Yeah, Procreate is supposed to be amazing. If I had an iPad, I would definitely look into it. You want to get back? You should always come back to Illustrator. One of us. I've seen some amazing Procreate stuff. More of like a desktop, laptop guy though. I wish I had an iPad or something. So I wouldn't want an iPad, it'd have to be like a Surface Pro or something much cooler than an iPad. A little bit more desktop-like. Full programs and whatnot. This is that. Well, I can't do. Oh, it's gonna be, since I don't have a sketch under it, I can kind of make this part up. Humble Bundles? Yeah, sometimes they have design stuff, don't they? They have the creative packs. It's always like weird programs that I've never heard of. Has there ever been a Procreate one? I did get Affinity from it, actually. Affinity Designer was in a Humble Bundle for like $5 or something like. Did I get it? Oh, where did I get it? I'm pretty sure it was a Humble Bundle. Let's get this a little smoothing. Painter 2020, one with a ton of brushes. I feel like I have way too many brushes. I just don't use them enough. I love them though. You like collect them. If I had Photoshop open, I could show you like every one of Kyle Webster's brush packs, and we only use like 3 of them. The manga inkers. I know Emma uses those. Smoothing, you just like brush it over the areas you want to remove some points on. It'll kind of recalculate. Illustrators put that line together. It's probably good. Everyone's a brush hoarder, yeah. I am a brush hoarder. I keep telling myself I want more gouache work like that. Kind of dreamy, sort of watercolor, but not really. Okay, good start here. Other things we're gonna make for this is it's kind of buried here in the background. Let's move that over. We're gonna do like the spices and things that would go in this tea when you're brewing it, and I'll probably make like a little recipe card underneath here, because when I stick it on the tea pitcher, I'm gonna want to know what goes in it. You gotta catch them all, exactly. So many brushes, legit use 3. Yeah, exactly. Hey, we're the same person. Yeah. That is exactly what I do. Probably move back to the line art layer. Let's see, here's our, I get some details going on in here now. Let me, we'll go for another, like, 15 minutes or so. Let me bring Luna back in. I can't stand listening to her bark. It's the saddest thing I've ever heard. Alright, 1 second. I'll be right back. funny little puppy dogs. $60 being one of the hoarder shows. That would be hilarious. They have like a Photoshop brushes or hoarders Photoshop brush edition. Yeah, the you know what? I think I went through and cleaned out my font folders because I had been saving fonts forever. Still have it actually. I have not cleaned it out. Now I need to know. 5 fonts. Oh yeah, fonts standard, fonts creative. Oh, this is probably full of. Like I have no way to catalog these or even know what they look like. That's like going to be one of those things I just shift delete and never look back on. You know? Let's see. Back to this in a second. Fine. Where's plain? Does the font folio thing work anymore? Oh, like what was it called? The name. It's like Suitcase. You know the font managers? Those are always weird.
Swing it.
Font folio. It's all like Creative Cloud now if you have that. Here's our coin one more time. I'm getting close to winding down. It's a real thing. Yeah, because I know Suitcase was one of them, and there was something else. At Creative Cloud. It's all Typekit now, or it used to be Typekit. Like if you open up the fonts, you can go to Find More, Adobe Fonts. It takes a second to initialize, and then you look through here, and it actually goes out to their website, which is what it's doing right now. Grabbing libraries and stuff. But you can like find them here and just activate them and they work. And when you're done, I think you go to the website to deactivate them. Yeah, so here's like everything. And it tells you whether or not it's synced. None of these are synced. Scroll through it until you find one you like. But really, I mean, the only two fonts you need are Comic Sans and Papyrus, so there's almost no reason ever to use this to find anything else. Yeah, don't buy any more fonts. Just you know the two that you need. I know, am I right? Okay, we got all the fills done, don't we? Let's see. What's the color? Make it a little more obvious. That up. Alright, let me get the eyes done. I think, so the eyes usually have way more detail than the rest, and so we'll kind of, I think, start working our way out from here tomorrow. So the ears would wind up getting... Let's go back to brush. I'm going to keep with the brushes. We go look at... Let's see here. Fine. I work off like 2 drives. I have like an active drive and then sort of my cold storage drive. Let's see here. It was the form. I want to find what I'm looking for is this one in particular. Because we're going to kind of match the detail that we did on this one. So this is all like individual line work. We do all the main fills, which is what we did just now. Then we're going to come back in, do all the detail work for contours and whatnot. Get that sorted out, and then it's upside down. Yeah, and go from there. That file. What's the sans serif for this project? It is... Oh, it's awesome, too. This one is called... It was the... called Cottage Sans. I think it was a type kit for Creative Market freebie. No, wait, what was it? I'd have to go back and look at the stream when we found it, because I didn't know it ahead of time. We like found it while we were on the stream. Yeah, rasterize and warp them. Yeah, Luke here. She's right over there. She's laying down. Yeah, waifu, I let her in. Poor Boo. Poor little bear. She's a good girl. Alright, so we're gonna go line art. It's this like small point. Oh, select that before I do. Yeah, here we go. Keep it with the calligraphy brush. Let's see, maybe see me like leaning on stream. I'm trying to get like a better angle on this. I suppose I could pick up my drawing tablet and do this. Make him extra hairy. Is that too small of detail? Do we want to go that small? Let's go like one bigger, a notch bigger. I'll do some of that. Kind of shoot for maybe like halfway between. So like that. That's not too bad. I think I'm going to smooth these out too. Let's double click the brush and come in here. Let's go all the way to smooth. Start again. So I kind of like to do the outside first here. Just follow whatever I have doodled. So like over here might get something. Flyaway eyelash or whatever's right there. Try and keep it a little bit heavy. This angle. Oh, Illustrator. Should really just pick up the drawing tablet, the surface, and just move it around in my lap. This would be so much easier. Okay, and then the nose. So I'll go ahead and just do this too while we're here. Let's see, brush. So. Oh, coming to visit. Something like that. Hey Interglow, good morning. Stream it a little bit later today. Pull this up, we kind of have like that highlight on the nose. Maybe this, that that. Maybe we just change this to an actual basic brush. Let's thicken it up, and then we'll taper it to this one. Wait. This one. Doing well. We're just starting like the basic color work for this. Isabel. Yeah, so if you guys you girls are so loud. Alright, you've lost your front door privileges. Come on. Ladies, hey. Ground it from the porch. I know. I turned the doggo cam off because I took him outside, and it's just more trouble to set it up once I've turned it closed down the thing. All right, we'll go ahead and save, so we can go another minute or two here. Luna, are you coming over to this offering of letting me pet you? How can I stay mad at you? Look at you, you're so sweet. Pet you. You're a little bit far to reach, though. A little bit far to reach. Alright, maybe, so we'll do, I guess, hairs like that, and then if we could do a grain brush on it. I don't know if I want to, though. I think I do want to maybe stick with, like, this type of thing. Like, hatch marks. Or hatching to fill it in. Still undecided. Because it'll turn out nice, I think, either way. So we'll, yeah, I don't know. You know, something like this. Yeah, the hatching will be more visible. Yeah, I agree. I think that's what we're gonna do. Hatching, like hatch marks. That is what they're called, right? Hatching or hashing? It's just a way to give definition to something by using like shorter lines. Like that. Yeah, we're just going for like the hairy. Yeah, also it reinforces the hairy look. So like here, like one of the ways we would kind of incorporate it is like for this part, instead of just going, instead of like drawing it in manually, we could always kind of cheat it a little bit and use line profile. Stretch this over here. select them both and blend them together. Then adjust the blend a bit. Double clicking this, go steps and kind of increase that until it kind of looks decent. With this, it needs to like taper up and then back down. So I think if we alt drag that, this one to the middle, or thereabouts, this one over here. Change the angle. I'm gonna do that thing. You've probably seen this before. And then let's see, we need to adjust this a little bit more. About like that. It's probably not bad. Yeah, like a crosshatch. Yeah, except one direction only. So we're not gonna, we won't be like going the other way like this. Some people will fill things in like that. So we're not going to go that far. We're just going to try and keep it one direction and follow the contours of whatever we're doing. So like you see like the eyes here, we're just kind of curving it around. And we can further like move them if we need to. Be careful though so they don't wind up looking like eyelashes. It's a guy wearing tighty whities. So we're going to try and keep it like mannish. Sir Tiger. Oh, this could work better too. Let's change this to like a one-sided taper, so it goes from thick to thin, just like that. That's a little better. You can really just reuse some of the pieces too. It's down here. Up. Let's go grab this one. Maybe this doesn't work as well up in this ear. So like that, I guess. Hey Chris boy, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Oh, thanks Interglow. Yeah, English only. Sorry. I only speak English. Okay. I'm very fan. Oh yeah, he could have very fancy eyelashes. You know what always helps is adding in like a little bit of like scratches like this. Scratch on the nose. It looks pretty tough now. Tough tiger. There we go. Yeah, so at this point I'm just gonna follow like whatever the sketch is doing. This is like reasons I always work on top of sketches is because they're sort of frees up your brain to talk and do other things while you're while you're trying to fill it all in. So they're very wrinkly up in the forehead, I suppose. Yeah, this will work out nicely. And then the text. So we'll do all this detail work tomorrow. I'll probably work on it a bit more between now and then. And so tomorrow we'll detail it out. Should be done with that then. And so the following stream, we'll see how far I get. But the following stream will then be like putting it all together. We're gonna embellish the text a bit more. I'd usually like to do stuff like this where I add some sort of drop shadow to it, only nicer than that. Like maybe an offset stroke or who knows. Just something. We'll do something to it. Yeah, guys, just Sweet Walter Licks pulls me from lurk. Hey, Rue. It's been forever. I haven't talked to you in forever. How is that brush pressure sensitive in Illustrators? No, that's it's an existing feature. It will go until here just another minute or so. I keep saying that. The if you're using, go in here. If you're using one of these called the calligraphic brush, the touch calligraphy, that's the one that's pressure sensitive. If you're just using like basic brush, like this, it shouldn't be. Oh, it is. Maybe it is. Oh, it's still using that one. Anyway, yeah, the it's the calligraphy ones. If you wanted to make a new one, like from scratch, go calligraphy, hit OK. And then in here you've got the size option. Change that to pressure. Boost it up so you can see what's going on. And so you set your main weight. This is if you had like the most neutral pressure hand in the world. Just rotate it some. It's almost like Photoshop's. And then, so to get the variation in the pressure, you set it to pressure and then change variation here. So the harder you push, the thicker it's going to get. You just kind of mess with that until it's about right. And so we made a new one here. If we switch over to brush, draw, you can see it like it's really heavy. And then like the thinnest it'll go is like something like that. But yeah, we made... we grabbed the default and then kind of made our own. But that's the only, in Illustrator, that's the only one that I've found shows up when you're actually drawing. See how it like does it real time? If you're using, I don't have any here open, but if you're using like these types of brushes, they never like draw real time. It's like you're drawing just a dotted line until you let go, and then the line fills in and shows you what you drew, and it's not as nice. The touch calligraphy though is usually good enough for what I'm doing. Yeah, okay, yeah, so it's not just me. But one of the things you can do is after you've, like, this is the calligraphy brush, you can always, like, switch it over to one of your custom ones. Like, let's pretend basic is a custom brush. If you click that, it'll switch it, but from there you can kind of come back in and add in, like, you know, select a non-calligraphy brush, like one of your custom grain brushes, and apply it that way. It loses some of the thickness, but actually it's not half bad. We'll leave that. Actually, it wasn't half bad at all. Let's, I wonder if we can... We've already set our line weight, so I guess we're okay to do this. Yeah, it's harder to control. On those corners some. Okay, and so this will just be, I'm probably gonna line that in. I'll figure all that out. That's how far we got today. Go ahead and save one more time. So if you're just watching, or if you're just getting here, we streamed about an hour longer than normal. First thing we did today, just to recap, is we finished our certificate of eccentricity, or authenticity. We made a coin. We got this wrapped up. Here's the coin design we did a while back if you have followed along and you saw that. It is a real coin, so I'm putting together like a really cheesy... I don't know, infomercial? I guess something you'd see on TV for the coin, the Papyrus Comic Sans coin. Stay tuned for that. But we did that. That's done. And then we switched over to this. We did the type last week just to get it set up. So we did our line work in the basic coloring, and we'll go back in. We're going to do all the detail work tomorrow. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me go. Let me get my day started. Got to do some tidying up around this place. All right, all. Have a good Saturday. I will see you. Yeah, the drill. I love it. It was perfect for that. All right, all. Have a good Saturday. I'll see you. I'll be back tomorrow. Continue this thing. So we have a nice looking thing in the end. All right, peace out, everybody.